Good morning. Just making sure I am actually live on Facebook. Just checking my phone because Ecamm Live doesn't always like to tell me when I'm actually live. Oh, there I am. Okay, so today is day one of the relaxation reset challenge. I didn't want to call it like the stress challenge because that's a negative connotation. So relaxation reset challenge. And we're going to do 5 days all this week. It's going to be a fun week because I'm actually packing to move to go to Tennessee, if you guys haven't heard yet. So I think it's a perfect time to talk about stress because moving can be very stressful, but you have to, all throughout life, deal with stress. And in whatever situation you're going through right now, it's something that you just have to deal with on a daily basis. So why not now? So first of all, I'm Lauren Jane, if you don't already know, and you may not know that I have been a massage therapist for the past 6 years. And while building my art and my marketing business, I've also been helping thousands of people through massage. I did the numbers the other day and I was like, I think based on my basic calculations, I've maybe massaged 8,000 to 10,000 people over the past 6 years, which is just mind blowing, crazy. But yeah, so through that, I have realized I couldn't figure out how to put it all together, the art, the marketing, and the massage. And it just has kind of come together recently. And through figuring out what my mission in life is, which I'm going to tell you about in just a second. But first, what brought on this particular challenge? Well, I did a little post asking people what their current stress level was. I was just kind of curious, and people put the GIFs in the comments, and they're pretty funny. But for the most part, a lot of people were pretty stressed out, like on a scale of 1 to 10. A lot of 10s, a lot of like GIFs of people like, So I think that stress is a common thing that we all deal with, and we don't all have the best methods of handling it. Every day I deal with people that they are getting a massage, and you would think that that is okay. Now they're not stressed. They got a massage. They feel great. They walk away with a big smile, and that's great. But the thing is, it's putting a small little Band-Aid on a big gaping wound. And I am not saying that massage is bad. It is wonderful. It is one of the best ways to handle stress. However, it's not dealing with the root cause. It's not dealing with what put the knots in your back, what made your muscles tense, what made you need to go get the massage, other than if you are an athlete who is training and then it's, kind of more of a positive eustress that caused the muscle pain. But for the most part, most people I'm seeing, they have knots all on their back, and it's from stress, it's from work, it's from relationships. It's just a common thing that we all deal with. So what's the way to attack the root of the problem and not just put the Band-Aid on it? So I'm looking at the holistic version of stress. Like, what is the whole picture? What is causing it? How do you fix it from the beginning, not just the end? And my mission in life is to bring happiness to others, to relieve stress. And that might sound, flimsy, but honestly, I don't think there's anything more important than happiness, and to live a good life, and to have good experiences, and have time with your friends and family that you enjoy, and you're not just being cranky. I have a lot of reasons behind why I think that's the most important thing, and I'm going to share that with you guys today. And I'm going to go pretty deep and share some pretty tough stuff. So I would really appreciate it if you took a minute to, take away your distractions, set aside this time to really be here with me, and respect what I'm going to share with you as much as you respect your own inner things that are going on right now, because it's a really important topic. And you might be just scrolling through Facebook right now and looking for something light and fluffy, and this isn't it. I'm going to go deep here for a second and share some really private stuff, but in the hopes that it helps someone out there. I'm going to tell you my big why. But first, what is your big why? Who is your stress affecting? Is it affecting your husband or wife, your kids, your parents, your pets, your coworkers, your boss, your clients? Your stress is affecting everyone around you. So if you could just take a minute, pull out a piece of paper and a pen and write down their names, or, comment below. If you just share and you put it out into the world in a physical form, and you acknowledge who your stress is affecting besides just yourself, then you're going to start to feel some accountability. Sorry, the camera's shaking because the cat's running by. I'm partly filming this from the bedroom because our house is a crazy wreck of boxes while we're packing. And also because the bedroom is a nice private sanctuary to be able to talk about relaxation. So it has a good energy in here. All right, so just take a few seconds here. Write down your loved ones' names. Write down the people that this is affecting. And my cat wanted to watch a live and he put his little paw on it. It was so cute. All right. So what is your why? Why do you want to be unstressed? Why do you want to be happy? I mean, it sounds silly. Of course you want to be happy, but what is going on for you? Why are you even watching this? And then, are you stressed out today? Did your morning start off bad? Did you have traffic, or maybe your kids or your pets woke you up? I know my cat always jumps on me in the morning, kind of stresses me out. And were you stressed yesterday? Were you stressed last week, last month? Have you been stressed out your whole life? Like, take a moment to think about that. How often is it happening in your life? And how much do you want to handle it and deal with it and actually fix the problems that are causing it? So I have notes because I want to stay focused. It's easy for me to get off topic here, but, so one thing is that you can have everything. You can have fancy cars, a big house, the job that everyone wants, the relationship that everyone wants, the relationship that makes you truly happy. You can have all these things and you can love them and it can be great, but you're still going to have stress, and actually probably even more if you're in the position to have the big house and the fancy cars. You probably have a high pressure, sales job, or you're at the top of your marketing firm, or whatever it is that you do. In order to get there, you probably are climbing some mountains, and it's probably pretty hard. And you're probably starting to realize, with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where the bottom is just surviving, just basic level. And then you get to the top of the pyramid and it's about self-actualization. You might be there where you're like, man, I have all these nice things, but I'm freaking stressed out and I don't know what to do about it. So anyone can have that. And so this is the beginning of my big why and sharing my personal private story of an example of this. So my uncle, who I greatly loved, he was in marketing and sales and he did really well. He always had the newest Corvette or fancy car and a big house and, on the lake. He had a beautiful wife and son, and you would think that he had everything. But he was always searching for more, and he got into the holistic stuff way before anybody else did. He opened, I think it was called an apothecary, he did the aromatherapy type things, and it was way before anybody was ready for it. So it didn't really work out too well as far as I know. I was pretty young. And then he ended up, he took on some other jobs and stuff, but he got rid of everything that he owned. And he went to I think it was the Galapagos Islands, or he went to some islands far away, and he learned photography, and he took these beautiful photos of coral reefs, and I still have some of them. And he was searching for happiness, because he still wasn't happy, even though he had the fancy cars and the big house and the, great family. He still wanted more. And unfortunately, in 2004, he was truly, truly unhappy. And he took his own life. And that was the beginning of many people in my life who have chosen to make that decision. And that is part of my big why. That is an example of someone who has everything, and yet he didn't have what he truly wanted, which was happiness, because he wouldn't have made that decision otherwise. So fast forward several years, in 2014, I'm working a super busy job, working, 80 hours a week. Crazy. I was not happy. I was not doing my mission in life. And I ended up getting MS. Before that, I was always healthy. I didn't know what MS was. It's multiple sclerosis. Basically, my brain short-circuited and started frying things. And I could not hold a toothbrush. I couldn't hold a cup of coffee. I could barely walk. I couldn't really even think clearly. I couldn't use computers. What I'm doing right now, I couldn't do it because my brain was not working properly. That was because of stress. That was because I had freaking just maxed myself out. So stress is a real thing. It kills people. It gives you chronic disease and illness. It gives you heart attacks. Like, it is a real thing that people are taking way too lightly. That's another huge part of my why. And then in 2015, my brother passed away because of a drug overdose. And I don't want to go too deep into this because this is all my why. And it's not about me today. It's about you guys. But I do want you to understand that the fact that he was that unhappy, that he felt the need to, basically medicate himself in order to feel happy or to feel numb, that led to how things are now. And I miss him greatly. And I don't want to dwell too much on the sadness for you guys here today. Obviously, I'm, always heartbroken about it. But the important thing for you guys to realize is how freaking serious this is. Like, it takes people's lives. You may know someone who has taken their life or who has gone down a dark path because they don't have happiness, because they're stressed out. And that's why it's so important. And I wish at the time that I had the tools to help my loved ones. And I did not. I did not know how to help them. But I feel like if they were alive today, I could, So I feel like I can take these bad things that happened, and if there can be any little sliver of good that I can bring from them, it could be to help others. So that is my why. That is why I think that happiness is so important, and to help others to relieve the stress is super important. And, I don't know where you're at today, what's going on in your life, but I'm sure there's something you could improve on, some stress you could cut out, something you could be a little bit happier about. And I just want to help you through that, honestly. I don't want anyone to go through these things, genuinely, truly. So in order to get into the light side and to go into the happy stuff, you got to change your daily habits. You got to change your patterns. You got to give yourself some self-care. I know that self-care sounds fruity, but it's a real thing. If you're going to drive yourself into the ground, working super hard, being ambitious, whatever that looks like for you, you also got to take care of yourself. And the harder you work, the more self-care you're going to need. Like, the more that you are the top CEO of your company or something, you're going to need it that much more, because that's just the nature of the game. Work hard, play hard, right? So, you got to work on self-improvement and getting towards positive thinking, because I did a post the other day, I was like, this is the most easy example of manifestation. So what you think here, when you're super stressed out, physically, I can feel it. I can measure how big your knot is and tell you, oh, it's a golf ball or it's a marble, based on the fact of how stressed you are. I can tell people if they are a lawyer or a realtor based on how their neck and shoulders feel. And I almost to a T always guess it if they are, because it is bringing something in here into physical reality. So you need to start working on positive thinking if you're not already. Meditation is a huge thing. And honestly, I don't meditate enough. I don't listen enough to my own advice, but that's because no one is perfect. Even the gurus, even the experts, nobody is perfect at this. However, you can strive towards it. You can keep pushing yourself to get that little bit better, that little bit more closer to your goals. So meditation is a huge thing. I'm going to tell you a little bit tomorrow, some scientific things behind why meditation actually helps. But it's huge. So I want you to do something with me. I want you to be brave. And unless you're driving or in a situation where you can't close your eyes, I want you to take a moment, take a deep breath, and we're gonna actually do this together, okay? We're gonna take a note of how is our body feeling right now? Where is the tension? Where is the stress? So this is the first time I've done this live, I think, ever. So bear with me here. We're gonna just take some deep breaths and close your eyes. And I want you to just be aware of your body. And I want you to start down at your feet and focus on your feet. Maybe tense them up, squeeze your toes. Just be aware of your feet, tensing them and releasing them. And move up your legs, tighten your muscles, tighten your legs and release. Noticing anything you might feel. You start to become aware of things around you. Maybe there's sounds, maybe there's distractions, but just try to focus on your body. Now tighten your abs and release. Wiggle your fingers. Feel how they feel. Maybe clench your fists and release. Tighten your arms and your biceps and release. Bringing your awareness up through your body. Now tighten your neck muscles. Make a little grimace face. And release. And tighten your face, like scrunch your face. And release. Just being aware of what your body is going through, where the little pains are. And your breath, and slowing down, taking a moment to become aware. And you can open your eyes. Just see where you're at with things. Maybe different thoughts floated through your head, and that's okay. I mean, look how calm I feel. I feel super calm now. When you do lives, it brings us energy. And then just that simple, really quick meditation brought me to center. So I want you to take a note today of everything that stresses you out. I want you to write it down or put it in your Evernote, put it somewhere that you can see it tomorrow, okay? And that's going to be your homework, is to go throughout your day, pay attention to what is making you unhappy, what's stressing you out. And tomorrow we're going to talk about prioritizing that and what can you cut out, what can you change, and what can't you change, what do you just need to go through. Whenever your day gets a little hard, just take some deep breaths in. I know it sounds so simple, but it really helps. Try to find that center. Try to think through if this is something that you can change or you can't, and what the best version of yourself would do in the situation. Write down your why. Who are you doing this for? Who are you doing this challenge for? Why do you want to be happy? What is your version of happiness? What is your version of not being stressed out? Write down your ideal day, your ideal life, the way that you want things to be, as well as where are things now. So the more that you bring awareness to the problem, that's the first step. So today is all about awareness, just taking note and knowing why it matters. I think we all want to live our best life and be our best version of ourselves, and we're not always that. Sometimes we lose our temper. Sometimes we don't handle things right. And we can always be striving to get just a little bit better, a little bit closer to our idealized version. So I want to thank you guys for being here today. And I haven't even actually looked in the comments. So I will, I'll respond in just a moment to everyone. And I want to thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share such private things with you that I hope will have a benefit of helping someone. So thank you. I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. And tomorrow we will be talking about ways to solve the stress. So take note of what the stressors are, and then that way we can work on solving them. And love you all. Namaste.